I'm not taking what Cenacolo made in a video and spinning it in an unjust light. I'm not spinning it in a deceptive light. They're the ones spinning it in a deceptive light. They're the ones playing around with the imagery. They're the ones playing around with the sound. They're the ones who are taking something abhorrently evil and making it appear to be good and Christian. I'm not making this something it isn't. I'm exposing what it really is because they have been hiding the truth all this time. I will not apologize for exposing the truth, no matter how evil it is. So they get people addicted to this euphoric state that they induce. They get people addicted to these euphoric states and they connect those euphoric states with God. Every dance that's performed on a stage in Cenacolo is ritual. Their dances are ritualistic. The mask dance has been going on since, well, a long time ago. I'm not sure what year it was, but they started the mask dance a long time ago. I'm thinking it was in the 80s, maybe the late 80s, early 90s or something like that. But the mask dance has been one that's been done like a ritual in Cenacolo over the decades. It used to just be the men that they had do it. When I was in Bartrez, that's the very first time they had the girls do it. I refused to participate in it. But I watched these other girls in the house practice and get ready to do this ritual dance they had the men doing for all this time. And of course now they have even new versions. They've amped everything up. I want people to pay attention to what they're doing here. So what Cenacolo is saying and what they're trying to say that this is, they're trying to say this ritual mask dance is about, when we come in, we're just addicts, we don't know who we are, we have no identity, we're just so fake, the Matrix out here. They're all wearing masks. All right, so they take like a typical analogy that people will use. They take that. Now I'm going to say one of their trigger phrases in Cenacolo, and I'm not going to say it in Italian because it's a trigger phrase. One of their primary trigger phrases there is lose your face. But in Italian, the best way to translate it from Italian to English would be drop the mask, but it's lose your face. So they say it's about we're fake and we have masks and they are going to help us take those masks off so we can be who we're supposed to be. But I want people to pay attention to what's going on in this ritual dance. They try to show how in the world we're addicted, we have all this stuff going on, Satan's our father, and they just go on and on and on and on about how degenerate we are. And then they're there so that we can take the mask off and be who we're supposed to be, who God intended us to be. They're trying to display here and they're trying to deceive you to what's really going on. And again, a lot of people that are participating in these dances, they don't know this, okay? Sometimes a leader or somebody who's behind this, one of the big guns does participate in the dances and they're mixed in. And for the most part, they're victims, but they're just victims who they've brought to a specific level of mind control where they start putting you on stage. They got me on stage a couple times and I'll get into that eventually, but not right now. So if you pay attention to what's going on in this ritual dance, what's happening, so they show them all acting like puppets. They're being controlled, they're dancing, they have strings attached to them. That's what it looks like. That's what they're trying to convey there. And then they're trying to show this Jesus dude. Wait, not Jesus. Obviously, people should know that, but I don't think this guy knows that. I don't think Cenacolo knows that this is not Jesus. Now, this isn't the first guy that they elevated to play Jesus in all the plays and go around and do this stuff, all right? But there's a reason that they do that too. So I want to ask people, particularly if there's people who spent time at Cenacolo, or if somehow you've accessed a computer and or listening to this there somehow, I want you to think about this and watch this. Watch this ritual dance. So they show them they're like puppets. They're not in control of what they're doing. And then they drop their masks like one by one. And the guy in the front, of course, they use a lot of symbology in their ritual dances too. And a lot of their propaganda and all this other stuff. What's happening here? Look. So they're taking the masks off and they're doing a different dance than they were doing initially. But are they doing their own thing? Are they individuals here dancing freely? Or are they simply following the first guy that took the mask off and started dancing a different way? I've mentioned this before and I'll say it again. The true evil in this world and those who are literally in cahoots with Satan and they know it and they don't care and they want to be. They flash it in your face. They like to show you what they're doing and know that they've pulled the wool over your eyes. They live for that sense of satisfaction. It is a drug to them. It's one of their drugs. They love to deceive, but they want to see it on your face. They want to put the facts of the evil that they're doing right in front of you. They want you to watch it like a show, and they want to see your faces. And they want to see that they have 100% convincingly deceived you And that feeling they get from that, that's what they live for. This is not people who've been freed and had masks on and took them off and now they're their own individual. They're who they are. They're themselves or who they were meant to be. No, all they're doing is following suit from the guy in the front. The first guy that turned, the first guy to drop, lose the face. They're just doing what he's doing. You need to pay attention to what they're actually doing. You need to pay attention to what they're displaying. You need to pay attention. Do not be fooled by Cenacolo.